We've been living in sin so long, all the feels are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day upright. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go! All sing your high line with the roller coaster of life. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over, it's about time. Oh, all sing your high line on the roller coaster of life. You've got to all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of life. I want to go down the rabbit hole, down the rabbit hole.
Hello and welcome back to Unofficial Everton's A New Beginning. This is the final episode of the series and will bring a conclusion to the Premier League for another year for Everton. There are 7 games remaining. In the run-in, Everton will face Liverpool at home in the first Hill Dickinson Merseyside derby, followed by West Ham away. This then brings us into May, where Everton will face Man City at home, Palace away, Sunderland at home, and finally Tottenham away for the last game of the season. But first, Everton play Brentford away from home. After Everton's impressive home win against Chelsea last time out, morale and confidence should be high amongst the fans and players for a promising end of the season. The win meant they stayed 8th in the table and still in the mix for the Champions League, only 3 points behind Liverpool in 5th. Although the Europa League or UEFA Conference League might be more of a realistic goal for the Toffees. We join up with the team as they prepare for the game against Brentford. They are just above Everton in the table in 7th, but are level on points with the Blues. It adds extra tension to the game, as a win could prove to be vital for both teams later down the line. Matchday 32, Brentford versus Everton. game starts, and after 2 minutes, Brentford are awarded a penalty. 1-0 to Brentford. It's a bad start for the Toffees. Beto heads in an equalizer for Everton. Brentford go ahead in the game for a second time. Chelsea, Loney, Tyreek George has livened things up a bit for the Toffees since coming on. Questions have been asked of David Moyes as to why he hasn't been starting games instead of always being used as a sub. Dewsbury Hall levels it up for the Toffees. Brentford 2, Everton 2. It's full time, and the points are shared.
Kieran, let's start with the late goal. It's always satisfying to get late goals, especially when they mean something. What did that mean to you?
Yeah, a lot. Made up for the missed chance I had about 20 minutes before, which, seeing it back, I've got to score. But the fact that I'm in the position, keep getting in the positions to score goals, I know that I'm eventually going to put it away. And I'm thankful that it dropped for me in the last minute and I managed to put it away. So, yeah, I mean, on the grand scheme of things, probably a good point, but always happy to get on the score sheet and help the lads.
Well, David, your reaction to what could be a big point coming into the season?
I'm not hugely pleased with how we played today, but I'm really pleased with the point. I think if you give me a point, even with me playing really well today, I might have said it would be a good result here. So it's never been easy for many teams. I don't think it's been easy for us here. So take a point and we move on. We had to fight really hard to get it in the end, and you know, the players deserve a lot of credit for how they've gone about it. Not so much the performance, but how they kept going at the end and finding a way of getting a goal.
The Blues prepare for their next game. The first Merseyside derby at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Both sets of fans will want bragging rights for this one. After dropping points in the last game and Liverpool winning, the gap has widened between the two teams in the table, and Everton are now 5 points behind them. A loss against the Red Shites could spell the end of Everton's Champions League hopes. Match day 33, Liverpool versus Everton. Starting today for the Toffees, we have Jordan Pickford in goal. In defense, we have O'Brien, Tarkowski, Branthwaite, and Mikolenko. Garner, Gay, and Dewsbury Hall in midfield, and a front three of McNeil, Ndiaye, and Beto. Iliman Ndiaye gives Everton the lead. But VAR is checking for a possible offside. The goal is disallowed. A mistake from McNeil turns possession over to Liverpool. And it leads to Salah opening the scoring in the derby. It's halftime. Everton have actually played okay despite being 1-0 down. Hopefully they can turn it around in the second half. Beto equalizes for the Toffees. Everton have started the second half well, and it's now anyone's game. Time is running out in the game. We are past the 90 minutes now and deep in injury time. And Liverpool get a corner which could be the last phase of the game. The Everton players need to stay focused. Liverpool take the lead and all 3 points in the first Merseyside derby at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. It's a sickening way to lose the game.
David, your reaction to a cruel derby defeat our performance didn't deserve?
Well, it's not easy to come on here and talk on Everton TV when we've just lost the derby game, so disappointed but thrilled with the players, their effort, the way that we went about the job. We didn't do an awful lot wrong, but probably in key moments like the first goal and the second goal were key. But overall, really pleased how the players done.
I mean, showed plenty of character yet again to come back. So we didn't get a lot of decisions. It seemed in the first half our way, but again, you know, looked the stronger team.
Yeah, well, look, I don't think we've ever had huge decisions in these sort of games. I thought there was a really good shout for a penalty kick on Kieran when he went through. I don't know what else he would be expected to do if he gets through. He wouldn't go down unless he's touched or pushed. Now, if the touch was too soft, then he wouldn't have gone down, either stayed on it. He's got a chance of scoring. So I'm a bit surprised that wasn't given.
Michael, congratulations, a new contract's all sorted, which takes you into a 10th season here at Everton. How does that feel?
It feels great. I think it's been a really good season for me. I've played a lot of football and probably more than I would have expected, but I've absolutely loved it. And to get my 10th season here, I think it's a big achievement and very proud.
You mentioned that you've been at the club for a long time, especially in the scope of modern day football. How much does Everton mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot. I mean, it's one of them things, it's easy to say, but it has literally become part. It's who I am, and it feels like family to me. So 10 years is a long time. I've seen a lot here and been through a lot, and the people around the club, the fans, the players, the staff. So it's really special to me, and I couldn't really imagine my life without Everton anymore. It's been that long.
It's been a really positive season for us so far, hasn't it? And you've been one of the most consistent performers within that. Where does this season rank for you on a personal level?
I think it's up there. I've had a couple of good spells, and good seasons here. I would have liked to have had a few more, but I think my consistency this year has been really good. I think the manager's been amazing for me. He's put a lot of faith in me and given me that trust, and I like to think I've repaid that. And yeah, so far it's gone really well, but we've got 5 big games to go and a lot to play for, so I need to keep it up.
Match day 34, West Ham versus Everton. Everton's defeat to Liverpool means they have dropped to 10th in the table. Catching up to Liverpool in 5th is now unattainable and unrealistic for the Toffees. The next goal now would be qualifying for the Europa League. Depending on other results, finishing 7th may be enough to achieve that, and Everton are currently only 1 point off that. It will not come easy, though, as there are several other teams all eyeing up that position, all on similar point tallies. Today's opponents, West Ham, are currently battling relegation, so a win today will not come easy. The teams go in goalless at the break. The home team take the lead. It's another goal conceded from a set piece, which seems to be a bit of a weakness for the Blues. Disbury Hall scores for the Toffees. He now has 8 goals for the season. The teams were only level for a few minutes as Wilson gives West Ham the lead. Another injury time goal conceded by Everton.
David, your thoughts on today's game?
Disappointed that we didn't take some from the game. We should have done. We played okay at times, not so good at other times. Just disappointed we didn't end up with something. If anything, we should have been the team going on to win 2-1 and not lose 2-1, but it didn't end up that way.
We kept fighting. We got the equaliser, a big moment 4 minutes before that. It looked pretty clear cut. Do you think we should have had a penalty?
I do, but we went on to score after that. So we went on to make it 1 each. So that wasn't a bit for them not to give it. I'm really surprised. The boy gets his hand on, goes on to the ball, and it could have been a situation where the player wasn't aware of it, but he did. It was a clear action, so it's clear that his arm goes to get to the ball. So whether they think he done it or not, it doesn't really matter. They should only be refereeing what they see.
Everton's late loss to West Ham means they have dropped to 11th in the table. A win would have seen them level on points with Brighton in 6th. There are still 4 games remaining, though, so it's still all to play for. Everton's next opponents are Manchester City, who are currently trying to chase down Arsenal for the title. Home form has not been great for the Toffees this season, but they have 2 wins in their last 3 at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, so maybe things are turning around. If the Everton fans and players can channel something similar to the 3-0 win over Chelsea, Maybe Everton can get the win. Match day 35, Everton versus Manchester City.
Porch light flicker on the siding, moths dancing like they know the tune. Porch light flicker on the siding, moths dancing like they know the tune. Every breath feels borrowed, but tonight the world's in tune.
Doku gives Man City the lead. Illiman should have leveled the score. But Barry does shortly after. Game on. O'Brien heads Everton into the lead.
Someone left the radio humming low next door.
Barry doubles up to make it 3-1. But Man City scores straight from kickoff. Dying seconds remain, and Everton throw away a 2-goal advantage and drop points again in injury time.
Well, Merlin, a lot to talk about from that game, but your thoughts on the 3-3 draw?
Every time when you get a goal pretty late in extra time, it's a little bit disappointing. Yeah, there are different emotions today for me personally, for the team. A big game, saw great stuff, but in the end, yeah, unfortunately we didn't get the win.
For you personally, how happy are you with your performance and what you contributed to the match?
Of course I'm happy. I'm really happy that I played. I'm happy that I started. It's been a long time since the Aston Villa game. I tried to be patient, work hard in the training. Sometimes I was not happy with how I trained. I did try to pick it up every day, and yeah, so glad the manager trusted me today, gave me an opportunity, gave me a chance, and I gave everything on the pitch to try to took it, have an impact, and yeah, had some situation where I did help the team. That was really nice for me.
Well, David, a point against a Manchester City side fighting for the title, so close to a victory.
Yeah, look, it should have been a victory. I don't think we should have got a draw in the end. But if you give me half time, I couldn't see in a million years how we were ever going to get a draw. So maybe in the end it sort of worked its way to a draw in the end. But disappointed we've lost now goals late in the last 3 games. So it's a problem and an issue for me at the moment.
I mean, our defence under you since you returned to the club has factually been one of the best in the Premier League consistently for a year and a bit now as well. So what is it at the minute, do you think?
Well, people are beginning to make a few mistakes which they didn't make before. Second goal was abysmal. The third goal was a brilliant finish by the boy. We didn't do an awful lot wrong there. The boy scores it. But the first half we were, the best part of the first half, we were only 1-0 down at half time. So and that was because we had some good defending and good blocking and defended the box well enough. So like, they're a good team, they're entitled to score some goals, aren't they? They're very hard to keep out.
Match day 36. Everton versus Crystal Palace. Everton take the lead away from home. Palace level it up shortly before halftime. Beto works the ball well to give the advantage back to Everton. Everton surrender the lead. Hopes of Europe next year are slipping away. The game ends in a draw.
Well, Beto, that was a bit of a roller coaster of an afternoon. How do you reflect on a point?
It's a little bit disappointing to get 1 point, but the game was really difficult. They had a really good system. They have good players, good manager, and it's always difficult to come down here to play. But we're still in the fighting, so we just need to keep going and then try to win the next 2 games.
You were so explosive at the start of both halves. Why do you think Crystal Palace were able to grow back into the game each time?
They, like I said, they have good players. They have a good manager. They had adjust really well. So it was going to be a tough game. We always against Crystal Palace is a tough game. We knew it, and we needed to at least don't concede. Try not to concede goals, but it's football. Football is like this, and it's okay.
Hi Evertonians, just a message to say after 17 years at this amazing football club, over 17 years at this amazing football club, I've decided that this year will be my last as a player. I don't know where to start really. I suppose I want to start by thanking you all for your unbelievable support. Incredible football club, incredible people. You know, over 17 years here, 3 kids here. It's become my home from home, and some amazing memories, some tough times, but I think I'm always about family and football, and I've got 3 kids who are now Evertonians for life, and we'll always support the club, we'll always be part of this football club. And obviously after such a big decision, I want to have some time over the summer to kind of focus on what's next for me and my family. Obviously my love for Everton is something that you all know about, and I've got a huge love for Ireland as well, so I'm going to take some time over the summer, play the Ireland games, and take some time with my family to decide what's next. The club have been unbelievable with me. They've offered me an opportunity to stay on at the football club. The manager's been great, the staff have been great, and I think with such an important decision over my future, I'm going to take a nice long holiday and enjoy time with the family and kind of look back on what has been an amazing time as an Everton footballer. Came over as a 20-year-old boy, not knowing how many games I'd play for the first team, and to go on to captain this massive football club was more than I could have dreamed of. So I think the most important thing for me is to thank you all. You've helped me in more ways than you can imagine. I think through our toughest times more so than anything else. You know, I live in the city, I see you all daily, when we're going through our toughest times. I've said this a few times, but I've been fit to take your concerns, your love of the football club back into the dressing room to explain to the lads how much this football club means to the people, and you know, you got to thank yourself for helping me and the lads get through our toughest times. I'd like to thank all my teammates over the years, all my managers, all my coaches, all the staff at Finch Farm, all the staff at Goodison and now the new stadium, for all their support over the years. My teammates, you've seen me angry, you've seen me sad, you've seen me happy, you've seen me emotional. You've seen me go through everything, but the greater cause has always been Everton Football Club doing well, Everton Football Club surviving some of our toughest times. And I sat and I spoke to you all at different times about when it's all said and done and we're all going off on our own journeys, how would we look back at each other? How did we stand up through the toughest of times? And I'll always have fond memories of my time together with you all. I want to thank you for making me a better captain, a better teammate. Too many of you all to name, but thanks for everything. I've not always got it right, but always tried my best to put Everton Football Club first. And yeah, again, thank you all. You mean the world to me. The staff means the world to me. All the managers that have come before have been so important in my career too. So thank you all. Coming over here as a 20-year-old from Sligo Rovers to a reserve team, to just hope to impress enough to begin with, just get on the bench for Everton, and then, you know, to think I've went on to, I think maybe most Premier League appearances for the club, and you know, to become captain of this great football club, it's you know, beyond my wildest dreams. And you know, to put the shirt on once was an amazing feeling, but to wear it as much as I did was incredible. I've made absolutely no secret about it since I've come to this football club, that all I wanted to do was walk up them stairs at Wembley and lift the trophy. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and I think maybe the goalposts have shifted a little bit over the last 3 or 4 years. I suppose unless you have been living it and inside the dressing room, you will never fully understand how tough that time was for the players, the staff, obviously yourselves as well. Points deductions, you know, not being fit to sign many players, going through a very, very tough time, and unfortunately being in a position that I never imagined Everton to be in, or no Evertonian imagined Everton to be in. But I probably, you know, I'm not claiming it as an achievement, but I do take some pride in knowing that I'd done all I could for three and a half years to make sure this football club stayed in the Premier League, and I had some amazing teammates that have helped me along the way with that. So I hope to see in the future the club kick on and know that maybe I helped stabilise us through, which was a tough period. Me, along with some of my amazing teammates and managers, kept fighting for this football club to get us into that beautiful new stadium, and fingers crossed now, good times are ahead and no more looking over our shoulder. This will always be my football club. I'm glad that I've been here for so long to say I now have a team that I can support for the rest of my life. My family back in Ireland and my family here, my kids, all Evertonians for life, and something special about that, you know, in the years to come, to know that we'll still all be supporting Everton, and my kids will always be Evertonians. So this will always be my club. Thank you for letting me be part of it for over 17 years, and yeah, thank you.
David Moyes speaks ahead of the last home game of the season.
David, we'll start with Seamus, I'm sure. Is he, first of all, the best value for money signing that you've ever made, and maybe the Premier League?
Well, I don't know about what MD else would say, but certainly for me, I think he's right up there. But I have to say, you know, I get the praise for it, but I have to praise the recruitment team at that time who went and spotted him in Ireland and brought him over and forced me into doing it, because I think Seamus had been in loan, maybe, or not loan, but he'd been in trial, I think, at a couple of clubs before, and we decided to take him, and he's been a great servant to the club. He really has been.
I mean, you couldn't possibly sign anyone for 60,000 these days, could you?
No, it's a bit much at that time, maybe we were thinking, but overall, I think the thing about being a manager, you want to bring in players who are going to be good players for your team, and whether they be young players, and you want them, but to stay at the club for 17 years, and you know, I've missed quite a part of Seamus's time here as well, but I think more recently he's been the glue which has kept an awful lot together behind the scenes, and when it's been difficult, he's been the one who's come out and stood up, and also made sure that he galvanised the players to keep performing, don't let the difficult times get them down. So he needs a lot of credit as a human being in what he's done for Everton.
I know in recent weeks the European thing has been a bit more difficult than maybe it was a month or so ago.
Yeah.
How do you look at these next two games, and what do you think you can achieve?
Look, we'll treat them no differently. We know that, you know, if we could win the next two games, then we're in with a chance. Maybe if you'd said to me at the start of the season, you said, hey, with 2 games to go, you'll be in with a chance of maybe qualifying for Europe, I've no doubt would have said, well, I'll shake your hand and I'll take that. I think because we've felt a bit closer, things haven't gone particularly well for us in a couple of games. Not all to do with decisions, but quite often we've just not quite had the rub of the green in a couple of games recently. But the players have done great. No complaints from them at all, you know.
Match day 37, Everton versus Sunderland. It's Everton's last home game of the season, and Everton's last 4 games. If they had held on to leads against Manchester City and Crystal Palace and didn't throw away draws in injury time to West Ham and Liverpool, Everton would be 6 points better off and would be in a strong position to qualify for Europe with 2 games remaining. Instead, they're not. And that's just how football goes sometimes. Everton sit in 10th, but a win in the final home game against the Black Cats today can still give Everton a chance going into the final game to qualify for the Europa League or the UEFA Conference League, which requires finishing 7th or 8th. Merlin Roll gives Everton the lead via a deflection. It has been a slow first half, but Everton lead at the break. Sunderland level the score. Things get worse for the home side as Sunderland take the lead. Seamus Coleman lets the ball pass him, not knowing there is a Sunderland attacker behind him. Sunderland double their advantage, and the game is lost. Seamus Coleman says goodbye to the home crowd for the last time. Sadly, due to the heavy defeat, a lot of the fans had left. I feel like the fans have to be better. And Coleman deserved better. He's been at the club for 17 years and has given everything to the club.
David, we spoke about Europe and European ambitions before the game. Mathematically, it could still happen. I just wonder how you reflect, first of all, on what happened here this afternoon.
Well, we didn't look like a European team for times in the game today, that's for sure. But look, things didn't quite go at different times for us. We lost a really poor first goal, but then we got back in the game and looked as if anybody was going to score at that time. It was more likely to be us, and then we gave away a second goal, and trying to find our way back in the game, we lose a third one. So, look, players have done an amazing job at different times, but it wasn't today.
Yeah, they were kind of uncharacteristic mistakes which led to their goals as well. I just wonder though, overall, like what do you put it down to? Is it too much at this stage of the season?
Possibly. I think if I look back now, maybe the last 4 or 5 games we think we've played quite well, but we've not got over the line in the games. I've got to say there's also been some really poor decisions have gone against us at this time as well, which knocks the wind out of you a little bit. That wasn't the reason today. It was, in the end, Sunderland kept at their job. We didn't, and they got the victory.
What do you say to your players then, or what did you say to your players at the end of this game that you've still got something to fight for going into the final day?
Yeah, but we messed up big time today. We messed up. It was opportunities. Maybe if we'd won it, would have. We know it would have been, things would have been a lot different. I thought that, we looked as if we were more likely. We went in at half-time 1-0. We didn't start the second half particularly well, but we lost a goal. But we certainly got back into it after that. And I thought if anybody was going to score to make it 2-1, it was going to be us. But they got away and got a goal.
The players and staff surprised Seamus Coleman at the training ground.
It just shows the amount of people here, the impact, the influence he's had on so many around this football club. A lot of us are a lot older, and there's a lot of young ones here, and I've no doubt that in some ways helped you so much. He's been such a big part of this football club. I don't think you get the reception like you do if you're not incredibly well thought of. Everybody thinks the world of you. You've been a great captain, you've been a great player, and probably more importantly, a greater human being. So we hope you're not away for long, Seamus. We really don't. We hope you're always going to be involved in this football club, and I think everybody here has shown their appreciation for you and recognising how good you've been for us.
As I said last night, I'm incredibly proud to have you as a friend. You've been an incredible role model as a captain, shown me how to be a father, how to be a good husband, everything. So I'm proud to know you, proud to be a friend, and I'm going to miss you. Thank you.
on behalf of myself and the children, I'd like to thank everybody at the football club as well for the amazing journey the last 17 years. Obviously when Shamie moved over, we have no family here, but everyone at this football club is our family. It's obviously played such a massive part of our lives, and you know, everybody will go out of their way. They can't do enough for you, to help you, to support you along the way, and we're truly grateful for each and every one of you, so thank you very much.
I do really appreciate everyone's support over the years. I do think I need to get it in very quickly in case she sees this, but I'm very happy to have all my family here, but my eldest has got a rounders tournament, so I hope that goes well for her, because that's why she's not here. But I've not really been too emotional about it all recently, but obviously to see my family here, family's always the one. Stop. Yeah, listen, family's the one. Family's the reason. I do everything. It should always be the reason behind a lot of things that you do yourself. I'm very proud, very honoured to have played for Everton Football Club. It's been my life. It's been my family's life. Very lucky. I'm very thankful to you all. I wish everyone success. So long as everyone keeps understanding and knowing what the people expect, what the Everton Football Club's about, and give it your all, then you've got a right chance. And for you academy lads down there as well, I was a million miles off being a first team player when I came over here at 20 years of age, and it probably wasn't talent, it probably wasn't ability that got me through it. It was how I behaved around the place, how I respected my coaches, how I worked so hard every single training session. It didn't matter if it was the manager, the coach, the physio, it didn't matter who told me what to do. I was going to do it regardless. I was going to give it my all. So never miss a day off, lads. Give it your all every single day, whatever is going for you. And for the senior lads, just keep going. I've been so lucky to be part of your lives. I've enjoyed getting to know you all on a personal level, getting to know about your families, getting to know what motivates you, what doesn't. For all the staff around the building, please believe me when I say all us lads here 100% really appreciate everything that you have done, whether you're here a month or 10 years. We really appreciate your support. We wouldn't be here without you guys. To all the fans as well, thank you for everything, and hopefully we can finish with a win and you can see the back of me very quickly. But this means a lot to me, having my family here, my wife, my kids, Lily at her rounders tournament. Thanks very much, it means a lot, I really do. I'm very thankful for today. Thank you so much.
Shamie, my mate, my captain.
Skip. Seamus. 60 grand. Yes, Seamus.
Captain, it's for you, man.
It's hard to sum up the words for you. I've tried so many times when people ask me about you. But it has been an absolute pleasure to share this dressing room with you over the last 4 seasons. The greatest captain, but also one of the greatest humans I've ever met.
I remember last year I was just on holiday in Italy, and I was speaking to Pickers, and Pickers was trying to get me here, and I was thinking then, imagine what it's going to be like if I go there and I'm with Seamus. Played against him for 10 years. I was always left wing and you were right back. Arguing and fighting with you every game, and then I've got to come now somewhere where you're captain. I was thinking, how's he going to take it? And then I remember Pickers saying to me, I still have the message on my phone, and he said, Seamus is desperate for you to come. He said it today in like a little meeting. So as soon as he said that, I was like, sound, I'm there. What a legend of this club you are. What a legend of a person. Become mates over the years. When I first joined the place, you welcomed everybody like you still do now. I think you're the best leader I've ever met in my life.
I don't really know what to say. Only known you for a year, but it's been one of the most influential years of my career to date. And whether you want to believe it or not, you've been a massive part of that. The relationship we've formed I haven't had that with a player in my career.
It's been a pleasure. Loved every single minute being with you, training with you. and had the pleasure to play with you as well. It's been some ride. We've also been very fortunate enough to sit next to you on the bus for the last nearly 4 years now. Had some good times.
I never thought this day would come really, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything that you've done for me personally. Probably been so far the best captain that I've had, and I don't think anyone will beat it, to be honest with you, on and off the pitch.
You know, you are my guy, my captain. I'm really happy to have shared the change room with you, the pitch with you, training ground. It was amazing. It was hard because you're always on my toes, always. But I'm really happy for you. You make your decision, and you had an incredible career. You are Everton legend.
It's been an absolute pleasure to play with you for the last 9 years. I'm absolutely gutted that the time has come to say goodbye to you on the football pitch, but it's been a huge honour, and what an inspiration you've been to myself, and I can't thank you enough for how much you've helped me, and as well as me, the whole team, the whole club.
The support you've given myself, every teammate, every staff member at this football club, the dedication, the passion, even when you've not been on that pitch, you've given your absolute all for this club.
Since I joined this club, the journey we've been on, the ups and the downs, we've had a lot of them, a lot of roller coaster times, but you've managed to get us through them all. Single-handedly, you've been the best leader I've ever worked with.
I would start by saying thank you very much for what you've done for me since I came to Everton Football Club, but especially for what you've done to the club. You know, you mean so much to everyone. Yeah, you're a proper Evertonian.
I still remember to this day, you were the first player to text me when I signed for Everton, and you are my captain. You know, 60 grand. I always be grateful for everything you did for me, and I hope God bless you a lot. Thank you.
I'm gonna miss you, but I want to wish you all the best. And I'm proud and lucky enough to call you one of the closest mates here at the club. And I love you. I'll always be in contact with you. I just wish you all the best for you and for your family for the future.
I'm going to personally miss you. Selfishly, I wish you were still there, but I know you'll be on the end of the phone if you ever need anything, like you always have been. So, I love you, my mate. Take care.
Love you.
I love you to pieces, mate.
I'll miss you.
Love you, mate.
Up the toffees.
Match day 38, Tottenham versus Everton. It's the final day of the season. Everton's European dreams are over. Spurs need at least a draw to guarantee avoiding relegation. Tottenham take the lead. Tottenham win the game, and the season is over for another year. Seamus Coleman says his final goodbyes to the Toffees in the away end.
David, edged out today by a team fighting for their lives. Your thoughts of our final game of the season?
Well, we've been in that position many times, haven't we? So we know what it feels like. We know what the crowd can do. You know, we had it at Goodison over recent years. So Tottenham's crowd helped them along greatly. The players were fully pumped for the game. We were resilient. We didn't play well in the first half, especially. We didn't play well. we gave away a lot of free kicks and corner kicks and that, which made it difficult, and eventually they scored from one. And disappointing, because that's 2 games we only lost to Spurs this season on corner kicks, really. So not good from our point.
I mean, you've said in recent weeks that we've just fallen a bit short in results in the running, but we're in a kind of like 1 goal, 1 refereeing decision away. That I know it's disappointing for everyone at the minute, but when you look at the season as a whole, we're 4 points off Europe. But what's your thoughts?
Disappointed. Doesn't change for me at the moment. I didn't want us to finish where we are in the league. I hoped it would have had a positive league finish. We've not had a positive league finish. We have to blame ourselves for probably the Sunderland game. Losing at West Ham. But there was, we were in front against Manchester City 3-1. And we gave a terrible second goal away, which never gave us a chance to see the game out. The penalty decision went against us at 3-2 to make it 4-2, hopefully. And we didn't have those bits which we needed. But so I'm disappointed with all that. No, they've bugged me, because I think they've had a big effect. But overall, the players for 3/4 of the season have done it. But we're short. We need to get more. We need to add more to what we've got.
And then just finally, one player you obviously will be losing is Seamus Coleman. You've said some great things about him in recent weeks, but the reception you got from Evertonians, how important is it, probably more than anyone, what he's instilled in this squad, what he's instilled as a player? How important is it now for the other senior players to pick that up?
Yeah, well, we'll find out now if he's missed, because we'll see his leadership in the dressing room, his leadership around the club, his discipline of the players generally as well is great help for a manager. Any manager, not me, even the ones who were before me, would all tell you the same. He made sure that none of them slipped up. So we'll look to see who steps up. We're looking to see who are the next ones who are going to do it. He's picked up the characteristics from players before, long before us, way back to all the best teams with great characters, and it's been fed down through it's been, and we've ended up with Seamus. So let's see who's the ones who's going to pick it up and pick the baton up and take the team on and the club on to the next level again.
Thank you.
The season is finished and the final table is in. Everton had a real chance of getting European football this year, but they fell apart at the last hurdle. They went the final 7 games without a win, which saw them drop to the bottom half of the table in 13th. They were the same points distance away from the top Europa League spot at 6th as they were to Tottenham in 17th. Some fans see this season as a bit of a failure and are already turning on David Moyes. When results weren't going Everton's way, he seemed to be reluctant to try some of the other players at his disposal. Players like Charlie Alcaraz and summer signings Adam Asnew and Merlin Roll. Tyler Dibbling, who also arrived in the summer for big money from Southampton, barely got a look in all season. Tyreek George, who came in on loan from Chelsea in the January window, rarely started games and often came on far too late as a substitute, despite impressing the fans and turning games around when coming on. We hear from Baines and James Garner from the end of season awards.
One for the spotlight, but Leighton Baines, Everton Giant, how does that sound?
Quite surreal, to be honest with you. And when you're in there and you're hearing some of the names associated with that and people who've won the awards in the past, it's very, very humbling to be put in that company.
You know how humble of a character you are, but when you sort of reflect on your journey on nights like this, and you reflect on your playing career and now your coaching career as well, does it fill you with a sense of pride?
Yeah, definitely. I think it is important to take stock and appreciate what you've had, and I've been incredibly lucky. I was incredibly lucky to find my way back to this football club as a player. Incredibly lucky and really happy that I was able to give my best playing years to this football club. And again, privilege now is mine that people looked after me and kept me in the building when I finished playing, and I take that responsibility seriously, and I've applied myself best that I can to learning the craft of coaching and helping and supporting what was young players at the time and now the group of players that I'm lucky enough to work with now.
You're obviously coming to the end of your first full season with the men's first team. How do you sort of reflect on the time you spent with David Moyes so far, and how much looking forward to the future as well?
It's been a great 18 months really for me. I wasn't absolutely trying to be in a first team environment in any way. My focus was just completely on becoming a better coach every single day. And then obviously things changed here, and manager come in. He asked me to come up with him, which was obviously a fantastic opportunity. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it. There's so much experience, obviously, in our coaching room and also in the dressing room as well. Being able to work with players at this level, you can't lose sight of how much of a real honour that is. You know, people work really, really hard for a really, really long time at coaching and don't get to that point. So I really appreciate it.
Well, Jimmy, player of the season voted for by fans, player of the season voted for by your teammates. Don't get much better than that.
Yeah, no, really happy to get the recognition, not only from the lads, but the fans as well. So yeah, I'm really grateful.
It's been a massive season for you. It seems, you know, we've always known your talent, but it just seems you've done it consistently this season, haven't you? What do you feel like if you look back and kind of think, how have you stepped up?
I think at the start of the season, I knew I had to have a good season. You know, I was coming into the last year of my contract, and I just knew that I had to have a good season. I had 3 years. I had some bad injuries as well, so just knew that this season had to be my season. And I said to myself, you know, in the summer I need to come back in shape and hungry, and that's exactly what I did. And you know, I hit the ground running, and I'm glad that the form continued.
And you know, kind of easy to forget when you're playing so consistent and such a key part of this team that you are still relatively young as well. Manager said some lovely things on stage about your leadership as well. So you can kind of, Taki said you can do a bit of everything on the pitch, and the manager said about your leadership off it as well. So that must be nice to hear.
Yeah, although I'm not a man of many words, but when it comes to needing to say something, I'll definitely say it. I'm not shy in that. I'm not shy in that regard. So in terms of leading, but like I touched on in there, I think my leading comes a little bit different. You know, you've got Shay who's very, very good at talking, whereas me not so much. But in terms of the way I lead, in terms of how I train every day, the examples that I set, you know, I want the lads to follow. I give 100% every single day, and you know, I just want the lads to follow that exact thing that I do, and you know, I'm hoping that, you know, I'm setting a good example on the pitch as well. You know, that's all fans want, is to give you your best account of yourself, which is 100%, and you know, like I said, I hope I'm leading in the right way.
Thanks for watching this episode, and a special thank you if anyone watched the whole series. To all Evertonians, all the best, and let's hope for an exciting 2026-27 season. Up the Toffees.